This is Rabbi Aaron Box from Temple Beth Shalom in Ocala, Florida, back with my podcast this week. I want to talk about something a little different than the last few weeks. I want to talk about politics, but not in the way that would be controversial. What I mean by that is, I am a Jewish person who grew up in the South, who has lived the majority of my life in the South, and has been surrounded through my entire life by Southerners of all kinds, races, creeds, colors, religions, and so on and so forth. Um, and I've also, known people that were as far left as you can possibly be and as far right as you could possibly be, and many found themselves closer to the center. And one thing that I've really enjoyed in my life is the ability to have a conversation with people about something like politics without it being a fight or a big time argument. That I was taught very early in life that there were three things you weren't allowed to talk about in parties: sex, politics, or religion. Well, I'm a rabbi, so I talk about religion whether I want to or not. That's just who I am. Politics is an area in which I have my views and what I believe, and I'm happy to discuss talk about politics with people. Um, and sex, well, that's a whole nother conversation, not to be had on my podcast. But anyway, getting back to politics for a minute, what I've learned over the past maybe 7 or 8 years of my life, maybe 10, is that politics in general it's such a controversial topic. It really does bring the worst out of people. People no longer are able to have a conversation where they can disagree. Arguments become heated and become incredibly emotional. And people forget the humanity of the people they're having conversations with. Because I like strawberries, or I like bananas, or I like chocolate and peanut butter together, that doesn't make me a bad person. If you don't like chocolate and peanut butter, if you don't like bananas, if you don't like strawberries, that doesn't make you a bad person. My wife doesn't like chocolate. I love her more than I can say. The point is that we have differences. We all have differences from other people. Why can't politics also be just a disagreement? Not an argument, not a fight. If we can sit down and listen to each other and have a conversation in which both parties agree to listen, both parties agree to think about and respond rather than react. I believe that it's still possible today to do this. I believe it's a lot harder today to do this because politics has become such a heated topic. Because people are so far apart from each other in so many ways. And there's lots of vitriol. There's lots of really nasty behaviors and comments that come out, that people say. And it's really sad that that's happened. Controversial issues like abortion or women's reproductive rights or uh, uh, equal rights, justice under equal rights for all kinds of people, whether it's gender or race or religion. I don't have to look out in the world and see people the way they see themselves except to acknowledge that they are who they say they are. What I mean by that is, if I believe, forget me, if a person is a transgender person, it doesn't matter if I think they're transgender or not. What matters is if they believe they're transgender, if they feel that they are transgender, my responsibility is to support their, because it's them. I'm supporting their beliefs, their, not beliefs, their understanding of who they are. That's just humanity. You support people where they are. You don't have to agree, but it doesn't matter if you agree. I believe that Judaism is the right religion for me. There are people out there that don't agree with Judaism, and they believe that their religion is the right religion. And you know what? It's the right religion for them, and that's wonderful. And I'm not going to argue with them. I'm going to support them in their deciding who they are. That's the same to me. Politics is a part of that. If a person believes one way, if a person supports a particular person or party or a candidate or whatever, I'm going to love them as a human being regardless of what they believe or who they support. Even if the person that they support is 100% against everything I stand for, I'm going to love that person for who they are. I don't have to agree with their choices. That's neither here nor there. I have learned recently it's very difficult to have conversations with some people who no matter what I say just don't agree or understand my point of view. And that's okay. But when a person says you are wrong, your idea is wrong, there's no way that it's possible, that's the conversation ends before it's even begun. And that's really sad. But that's unfortunately where we are today, and I really wish and hope and pray that we can get to a time again where it doesn't matter. People are people. We love people for being people. And we love the fact that people can disagree and have discussions and not always agree 100%, but in a way that's healthy, not argumentative and dangerous and nasty. That's what I hope for today and this week, is that we can all just love the person regardless of what the ideas of that person are. Because we're all humans. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. And the rest is history. The rest is commentary. An early Shabbat Shalom, and I'll be back with you again next week.